Hey guys, I started filming this a while ago and I'm putting it into iMovie and I don't know what happened to my intro. It disappeared, so I'm having to redo this intro. Jeez. Okay, so welcome to everyone. Today is Thursday, January 13th, 2022. I am Shelly, and this is my channel where I share about my stitching endeavors. So this is FlossTube number 81. This is going to be the start of a new week of vlogs. And so if you're new here, I usually do small segments every day or every other day. And then after about a week, I upload that entire video at once. So yeah, so that's what's going on. So I am going to also start filming today my 2021 recap video. But that one will go up before this week's vlog does, this 81 FlossTube. So hopefully I can figure out how to put a little card in one of the corners so that you can click on it and go to that video. So a little bit of life information. I completely forgot to share this on my last video. And honestly, I'm really ashamed of myself that I forgot this. But my first cousin, him and his wife have been separated for, I don't know how long, a few years, but I don't think they're divorced or anything, but like, she got hooked on meth and, just basically abandoned him and their two daughters. And so they reported her missing just before Christmas. I guess she must have been in touch enough with her kids for them to get concerned because they hadn't heard from her. I don't know if they went around looking for her at the house where she was living in or what, but they have since the last few days discovered a lady's body, basically in a freezer in a bus that was parked at the house where Julia was living. One news source has identified her by name, the other one has not. But I think it's a pretty definite thing that this is her. And so I'm just looking real quick to see if they've said anything else. So they have her boyfriend in custody on drug charges and obstruction of justice in a murder investigation because he has not been cooperating. One place I read where he, when asked why he didn't report her missing, he said, because he said that he thought she was going to harm herself. He was worried about that. But he said that, he had lost his cell phone and he didn't know how else to get in touch with the police. So anyway, just be remembering her kids in prayer. Losing her, being estranged from her is one thing. Losing her through whatever happened, I don't think it's natural causes. It could have been, but regardless of whether it was natural causes or not, someone actually dismembered her body. And so it's just, I don't know, I can't fathom doing that, or the girls having to live with that knowledge and get through all of that on top of everything they've already gone through with their mom. So please remember the Dardar family in your prayers. So that's all of my little intro. So now it's going to go and jump to me showing you my stitching over the last couple of days. Okay, I'm back. So after I filmed the other day, which was the 11th, I worked on a couple of pieces for Brr-ingo. And let's see, the first one, the prompt was, let's see, find on my list, to work on a whip with an animal. And so I chose to work on Doreen Jones's free garden sow. I don't have a physical copy of the chart, but I do have a picture that I can insert here. And so this is what I worked on. So I had most of this block right here done. I just added like the flower in the border and the corners. I started on the little bird. I actually am doing the bird in the wrong color. It was supposed to be this lighter purple. That was the main color, but I'm just going with it. You know, it doesn't matter to me. Dark purple bird works for me too. And then I just used extra thread to start this other one over here. So this one is stitched on a 22 count Ada that I got from Michael's. I'm using my own DMC colors, and this was when I first came back to stitching, and so if I was doing it now, I would do it over one square, but I actually did it over two. I mean, it's pretty. I think it, you know, it made it a little bit bigger, of course, but I love it. And that is a freebie over on her Facebook page. She has albums for each year and has freebies in those, and that's from 2020 album on there. So let's see, the other thing that I worked on that day was the prompt that was for the 10th, which was to work on a whip or a new start with a flower or a tree. And so I worked on Spring ABCs, which I think I have picked up already. So I'll have to go and grab it. Sorry about that. I actually hadn't put it away. I just, I didn't grab it off of where it was. And I grabbed the rest of my stuff. So I was able to almost get finished what my goal was for January. I just have like a few little stitches in here, the little white, like little flowers. I did the centers, but I didn't do the white. I was done with stitching for the day and just couldn't do any more. So this is a 36 count 36 count mushroom linen from Zweigart, and I'm using my own choices of fancy flosses. I'm going to grab the chart so you can see what the whole thing will look like. So I basically have this divided into 3 sections, and you know, January, February, March, I'm going to do one of each of those 3 sections so that I can have it done. I'm aiming for like the middle of March to have it completely done so I can hang it up. So let's see. So that was on the 11th. So what did I do on the 12th? Let's see. So I stitched on Fall into Autumn, which was one of the prompts. And this was, the prompt was to stitch on something that was showing an outdoor activity. And so I stitched on, this is a magazine design, so I'll have to insert a picture here. This is part of that band sampler series that the winter one that I showed in my last video is part of. So this is one that's on my Whip Go board, and my Whip Go goal is to get this band right here done. And so I kind of did the same thing that I did with my craft room. You know, I went ahead and just chose a different thing to work on for Brr-ingo, and so I got this much done on the next little band. And that was like 157 stitches. This is an 18 count oatmeal Ada that I'm using DMC flosses 1 strand. Some of them are called for and some are just my own choices. Okay, so that day, that was all I stitched on Brr-ingo-wise since I filmed last. I believe. Let me look and check. Let's see. Yes. So today the prompt is a whip or new start with words. So I'm going to work on my Elizabeth Weston for that prompt. And I have gotten more stitches done on her since I filmed last. And so I'll show you her real quick. Show you the chart. This is Hands Across the Sea. And I'm doing this on a 36 count linen that was hand dyed specifically for this project by Devin over at Strawberry Lane on Etsy. So when you saw it last, I had outlined this flower and was filling it in. And so I got that completely filled in. I did more of the greenery here. I carried more of the vine over. I think this is new. This is new. I believe these are both new. And so, yeah, moving along. I'm not making as much progress as I would like to, but I'll take whatever I can get. So, just a quick update on health-wise. Night before last, as you know, all that day I really didn't have one of those bad headaches. I mean, I had like a mild headache, but toward like bedtime it started really hurting. Of course, I took medicine, you know, just try to go to sleep. I did sleep, but I did wake up with the headache again the next morning and kind of kept it probably till like mid-afternoon yesterday, even though I took medicine. I did call my doctor and left a message. She called back this morning. I wasn't able to answer, but I feel like maybe I've turned the corner. I had to take just like one Advil dual action a little bit earlier today, and it's just not feeling as intense as it has been. So hopefully I'm, you know, turning the corner and starting to get better. Okay, let's see. What else did I work on the 12th? So like there was one more thing. Yes, I worked on Love Notes, which is Brenda Gervais. So I'm working currently on this pillow right now. And I'm doing those on a 20 count Ada, and I'm using my own fancy flosses, a couple of DMCs that she called for I'm using, but I wanted my own version of it. So I did get finished with the cup and the words on the cup, and now I've started working on the little Cupid, the dress. I did part of the face, and then I started on the dress last night. I don't know if I'll get this whole series finished before February, but I'll be happy with whatever I am able to get finished. I did notice on this one right here, I think there's supposed to be like a little red heart inside of this O. I don't know if I'm going to worry about going back and filling that in or not. I think it's cute without it. So I'm not sure. I'll probably just leave it off. Okay, so was there anything else? Okay, I did work a little bit on my temperature chart. I'll insert a picture of that here. And this is from Apricot Polka Dot on Etsy. And so this is the first series of days that I had a repeat of a color next to one another. So that's what it's looking like so far. I love it. Denise over at Black Ribbon Stitch Studio was talking about how much she loves stitching on black fabric, and it really does. It really does just make your colors pop, which is, I mean, it's really a design concept. When I redid my design wall in my quilt area, my daughter was in school for interior design at that point, and I sort of asked her, before I had used batting for it, and I was like, what color should I do? And she's like, you really should do black. And then since then, it's like, I would love to do like every quilt I make with a black background. Okay, so that's my update so far. I'm going to jump off here, clean up all of this, and then, like I said, I'm going to start my 2021 recap video today. Hey, everybody. I'm back. So it's Friday, the 14th of January, and yes, I'm wearing the same shirt that I had on yesterday. Does anybody else do that? If I haven't worn something very long one day, I'll wear it the next day. So anyway, I have just a little bit of haul to show you guys that I picked up today when I was in town, and then just a little bit of stitching that I did last night. But I did want to just give an update on a couple of things life-wise. I saw a post earlier, just a little while ago, from my cousin, and it has been confirmed that the body that they found was Julia's, and it has been determined to be a homicide. And so, just, praying for justice for her and comfort and peace for her kids and all of her loved ones, So, anyway, just be praying for all of them. It's just horrible and sad and unthinkable, really. So, so I needed to let you guys know that. I'm home at night tonight by myself. Michael went and spent the night at Kim and Dwayne's. They are in Memphis tonight, going to a basketball game with the boys, so they're all excited about that. The Grizzlies are playing the Dallas Mavericks, and that is one of their favorite teams. So yeah, they're excited and going to do that, and so he's spending the night at their house to take care of their puppies. So as far as health-wise with me, I did hear from I did call back to my family doctor today, and then got a call back from her. The headaches have eased up quite a bit. I'm kind of starting to feel it a little bit on the other side earlier today, but it felt more like a migraine. It was like a pounding, like right here. So, but then now I've started with like this whole time that I've been dealing with this, I haven't had any post-nasal drip, and then I started with that last night. So my throat's kind of scratchy. that kind of thing. I take my last antibiotic tonight, and I did let her know that. But the only thing that, not the only thing, but what she called back to say that she was going to do is she's going to order a CT and refer me to an ENT. Even if, the sinus infection's better, I still have been wanting to see an ENT anyway because my dad had throat cancer, and so it's been a while since I've been, checked from that standpoint. So I think it's a good idea to go ahead and do the appointment. And hopefully the CT can shed some light on these headaches. But anyway, I did go into town today and run some errands, did some shopping, went to Hobby Lobby, went to Joann. Joann had a lot of their Christmas stuff on clearance and some other stuff on clearance. And then Hobby Lobby had, a lot of stuff on sale. And you know what? I picked up some cloth. They're expanding their selection of cross stitch cloth a lot, but like in my mind, I was thinking, okay, this is regular price. I can use my 40% off coupon on it. And I got to the front and was like, I went on my phone and I was like, wait, they don't do that anymore, dummy. Anyway, so let's see. So, at Hobby Lobby, I picked up, all of the flosses that I need for my temperature chart. I mean, I had them, most of them, well, I hadn't checked all of them, but what I've used so far, I've had in my stash, but I want to just have, I want to be able to put a little thread card in there with these, since it's something I'm going to be working on all year long. I also picked up a couple of ones that I didn't have in my stash, and I don't know what the deal is, because Joann's is kind of the same way. Like, I use the X-Stitch app, and when I open that app, it shows, like 38, like higher numbers in the 3800s. And, my Joann's doesn't have them. And so I was looking at Hobby Lobby, and they did have, I had like two that I was able to get, but then their numbers stopped too. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I need to research that and see if it's a different, I don't think it's a different type of floss, because X-Stitch app has it all separated out. All the different types are in a different, category, a different page. So I don't know what's the deal with that. If anybody knows, comment below and let me know. But anyway, I picked up those, and then I picked up this 32 count Murano carré, and it says ice. It's sort of a purplish, kind of a grayish purple, like lavender, It looks more purpley in the store than what it's looking at right now. But I think it's interesting that I noticed this when I was in Louisiana and went to the Hobby Lobby. And they have it now at my Hobby Lobby as well. Like I said, they're expanding their selection of fabrics, but like they have the 32 counts, and then it jumps all the way up to like 46 count, I think, which is Bristol. So it's like, what about all the ones in between, Like, where's the 36 count? Where's the 40 count? It just jumps all the way from 32 to 46. I did go ahead and pick up some of the gold Diamante, Diamant, to see about using that on my, my EM ABC letter M instead of the regular, metallic that I have. They also had some artiste metallic. It didn't really look like it would be any different than the DMC. And I don't know if this is going to be any different. I did try another color of this, but I tried it on that 20 count Ada, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it's stitched, but maybe on this 28 count over 2, it'll be better. I don't know. So I did pick up some Valentine's Day stuff. They had 40% off on their Valentine items. And so I was just trying to find some little like fill-ins, for decorating. I thought that was real cute. And they had this pick with the pink sparkly hearts. And then they had these sparkly heart ornaments. I probably will just stick these like in amongst stuff. But I thought they were real pretty. So, sorry about that. So at Joann, they had all of their Christmas stuff on 70% off. And so I just picked up some of these different trims that they had. I figured, these don't necessarily scream Christmas to me. So can use them for, whatever projects. And then they had this little candle for like 97 cents. It smells so good. It's jasmine and chamomile. And then I haven't gotten a wall calendar in a while, but they had them 50% off, I think. And I just thought this one was beautiful. So I picked it up. I mean, look at all of those. I figured, this weight of paper is really good to make thread drops. So I will use this calendar, next year to make thread drops. So that's all the haul. So I'm going to get my stitching and I'll be back in just a second. I did forget one thing in my haul portion. So Joann had all of their storage stuff on clearance. And so, not on clearance, on 50% off sale. And so this was like, I don't know, $7. So I figured I would try it out for my stitching station, my stitching little lap desk. It kind of has, more storage, of course, than with the little lap desk that I'm using now. I'm always trying, I'm always trying to find a better system, a better way of doing something. It's sort of like always looking for the perfect purse. But anyway, I can clamp I have a clampable rechargeable magnifying light, so I can clamp that on here. So instead of it taking up, like this much room, it only takes up right here. And then of course you have the, the little side parts where you can put your scissors and your orts and all that kind of stuff, your thread ring, whatever. So I think that's going to work good. So the only thing that I stitched on yesterday was Elizabeth Weston. And I got a little over 400 and something stitches in her. And I did do some of the lettering, the over one. So let's see, right in here. So I got right here, these words right here done. And then I started working more on this flower. And she's coming along. So I was stitching on her last night while I was watching something new that I've started watching. I don't remember if I said last video or the video before, but I started watching Broadchurch. And it was only 3 seasons long. It was only supposed to be like 1 season, and then they extended it and did 3. That show was excellent. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this because I know I said something about loving David Tennant. I love David Tennant. But Olivia Colman is also in it, and I had not seen her in anything besides The Crown. And so, which was quite a different role than the role in Broadchurch. Um, I mean, uh, they just the two of them together was just spectacular, so good. And then her, um, like I don't think I've ever seen someone who can just with the look on their face um, convey a feeling of disgust so well as Olivia Colman in that series. The series was really good because it was British crime. It's a British crime drama, but it went beyond them just solving the cases. It like really delved into the lives of the people that were affected by the cases, and so I really liked that aspect of it. So since I finished watching that, I started watching one that's I don't know if it's still on now, but it goes back like 20 seasons, I believe. It's called Silent Witness. Hmm. It's the clothing's dated and stuff because it's that old. Um, and it's sort of I don't know, it's a little risque a little bit. Um, but it's intriguing enough for me to want to keep watching it at least for a little bit longer. I've only watched 2 episodes so far, so hopefully it'll get better as it goes along. I don't know. So I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna go snuggle up with my stitching and something to watch. And I'm not gonna do any more of my 2021 recap today. I'll do some more on that tomorrow, and hopefully get it finished. So it seemed like there was something else I wanted to say, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, I know what I want to say. So one of the things that I did today when I went to town was I had a massage appointment, and so back when I saw the rheumatologist at the end of December, he started me on that new medicine called Savella. I've been taking it. I took just one tablet a day for about 3 weeks, and then I've recently, um, just in the last week, went up to twice a day. The lowest milligrams, but twice a day now. So I had kind of been feeling like, it felt like it was helping me, but then, I've had all these headaches going on, and so it was kind of distracting. But when I had my massage today, um, I did not experience any like tenderness at all, except for around this shoulder that I've had rotator cuff surgery on. Like it's always like right here, like in my armpit area. It's like so tender right there. But other than that, I didn't have any. Like usually, I can't stand. It's painful for my arms to be done, even with the gal that does a really good job. It's just the act of being touched and any kind of pressure will hurt. I didn't experience that today. And so that says to me that this medication is working, which is a hallelujah. Oh, thank you, Lord, because it's rough. Um, So now we just got to figure out how we're going to afford it because it's, over $100 a month. So hopefully they'll have some kind of like patient assistance or something like that. Um, so we'll see. I also went today and finally brought my car to get an estimate on it. Um, and of course, getting parts is a difficulty. So, maybe the end of February before they can even start working on it. But I mean, I'm able to drive it. It's fine. I do have a rental portion to my auto insurance, so we'll be covered with that. I'll be able to get a rental car because it's just not conducive for me to bring my husband 40 minutes up into Tennessee to go to work if I have something going on any day. So, but so far, I mean, just meeting with the guy today, it was Adam's auto body in Rogersville. If anybody lives in this area and is looking for someone, he was just extremely nice. Everybody was really nice. Um, I mean, he was just really, really, really nice. So, and you know, they seem pretty on top of their game. Um, they, you know, will take when the parts are in, they'll take it on a Monday, and then they'll have it ready by Friday for me. So, you know, if you're looking someone needs some body work, keep them in mind. I've been pleased with them so far, even though they haven't done any work. It's just, you know, when you go somewhere and they treat you really well, it makes a difference. Okay, all right, I'm going to quit rambling and I'm going to go stitch. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey, I'm back. Hopefully, I'll stop forgetting stuff. But I also just saw something. Um, but I did want to say that I don't know if any of you guys have followed her, but there's a YouTuber that I've followed for years, mostly for her crochet tutorials, but she had other things like sewing and DIY and things like that. But her name is Melanie Ham, and she has recently passed away this week. I think it was this week, in the recent past. So, you know, just condolences to her family, and just really made me sad. Her husband had shared a post and shared a bunch of pictures, and the one at the end, like, I mean, she wasn't even recognizable. It was just terrible. She had, I don't know what kind of cancer she had, but sad. So, I forgot to mention that at the beginning. But I also was just on Facebook, and Doreen Jones is starting a new stitch along, a free stitch along. I showed you earlier this week, I believe. I worked on her garden sale from 2020. She's doing one this time. It's called Flowers and Bees, and so you know, and it's free. So I think that's something I definitely will want to do because I really like the one that I'm working on from her now. So she just released like just the info sheet, but that's on her Facebook page, and it's Durene Jones. So definitely go check that out, guys. Hey guys, so I'm back, and I'm gonna finish this video up for the week today, which is Friday, January 21st. I'm not gonna film the rest of this on camera. If you watched my 2021 finish recap, which I'll try to insert a card up in one of the corners of this video, and if I can't figure that out, I'll put a link in the description box. But you know from that video, if you've watched it, that I haven't been feeling good. So I kind of got a little worse from when I videoed in the beginning of this video. So yeah, I'm just not up to getting on camera. So I'm gonna go over what I stitched the last week or so, because the last time I shared on this video was the 14th. And I'm not doing these really in, I'm just looking at like my stitch count spreadsheet and seeing what I stitched on what days. So I'll try to tell you if it was part of Brr-ingo or not, but I might not necessarily remember. So anyway, I did stitch on Love Notes by Brenda Gervais, and I did put stitches on this on the 14th, the 17th, and the 20th. And so I don't remember if, I don't think I had the little flowers on that the last time you saw it. So I did put some little flowers on that. And then yesterday I started this one. It was, let's see, to stitch on a whip or new start of your favorite holiday. And I do love Valentine's Day because I love the colors and decorations. And then, and that one's Key to My Heart from this pattern. And then earlier in the week, we had to do a, let's see, a whip or new start of your choice. And that, so I decided to start stitching the little lovebirds. So cute. So this is on a 20 count Aida in the color Flax. And I'm using one strand of flosses, my own choices, over one square other than the white. The white is 2 threads. So there's going to be a lot of starting and stopping because I have to just sort of put stuff away and then come back with my next things. Okay, so on the 15th, I stitched on this little ornament that this is a kit that I got, I think, at a Quilt Guild auction. They had like a bag full of cross-stitch stuff, and so this was part of that. So this will end up being an ornament, probably for Mikey. But we had to stitch for Brr-ingo. We had to stitch on our smallest whip, and so I got that one done in about an hour. And then I wasn't planning to start this yet, but on the 15th of January, which was Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, I did start his Mlk Sampler, which is from Stone Street Stitchworks. It's a PDF pattern that I have, but I will just insert a picture of that cover here. And so my plan is to, you know, start at this, and then I have a plan to finish it on April the 4th, which was his, the date of his assassination. So this is on that 32 count Murano and ice that I got from Hobby Lobby the other day. The colors that are called for are very brown and orange. So I just kind of went on Instagram and searched the hashtag Mlk Sampler and found a gal that had some nice colors that I kind of liked. And so I just kind of used her colors as a little springboard for me. So I'm going to just do a bunch of little different little variegated colors to do this in. So that's what I got done on the 15th. So on the 16th, I didn't stitch at all. So I must have really been feeling bad that day. But on the 17th, I stitched on this, which was part of the Brr-ingo challenge. It was to stitch on a whip that's out of season. And so I did the letter P in my little folksy bird alphabet pattern. It's a magazine pattern. And I'm going to do SPRING in little pillows. So I've already done the S a few weeks ago. And then I got this one done in a day. It's like 339 stitches, so they go pretty fast. I love them. So this is on a 28 count wood shelt linen in the color China Pearl. And I'm using DMC's 2 strands over 2 threads. Also on the 17th, I stitched on Bluebird of Happiness from Cottage Garden Samplings. We had to stitch for Brr-ingo on a whip that had a bird. And so I got a little bit more stitches on the Bluebird. I filled in the chest on that one, and that's the female. So this is a 28 count wood shelt linen. I think it's in French lace, but I'm not 100% positive. But I'm using the called for flosses, but I'm only doing 1 strand over 2 threads. I just like the look of it with just 1 strand on the 28 count. So on the 18th and 19th, all I stitched on was this EM ABC side letter M. I also stitched a little bit, like 69 stitches on it yesterday. But I did decide to, when I went to town to get thread, I wanted to get silver and I completely forgot and just got the gold diamant. I already had this one in my stash, and I had tried it on the Love Notes and didn't really care for it, but it worked pretty good on this. Now, it's very slow. That's why it took me 3 days to get through this. But like I put 383 stitches on the 18th and then 517 on the 19th and then 69 yesterday. So I decided to do the inside of the mirror with the kind of iridescent, and then the surrounding of it with the gold. And so the inside of the mirror, and then down here on the handle, and then all of these in the middle of this is all the mosaic stitch. And it's basically just sort of like a satin stitch that just goes diagonal across the block. So you have one long stitch that's across the middle, and then 2 short ones that are across the tips of the box, the square. I don't know if you can see it with the white thread, but I think you can. One thing about metallics is it does not make for a neat back at all. I feel like it has more of a tendency to want to pull out if you don't leave the strings long, and so you know, I try to not leave long tails on my other parts, but on these I did. So it was a nice experiment doing with the diamante, but or diamant, but I don't think I would want to do something so, you know, doing the gold part wouldn't have been terrible, but doing all of that white, I should have maybe done like, you know, regular floss on most of it, and then just did like some little, you know, like highlights with the sparkly. But by the time I thought about that, I was already halfway done, so I just kept going. But anyway, I finally got letter M done. So now I got to start letter N. So yesterday, I stitched on my oldest whip. That was a Brr-ingo challenge, and it's this little piece right here. I thought it was Teddy Bear Party, but it's actually Bedtime Prayer is the name of it. But this booklet is probably from, it's got to be from the 90s, because my younger daughter was born in 1990. And her theme for her room was teddy bears, so either the 80s or 90s. You can see the old Walmart green sticker. So this is the piece, and so basically what I did is just finish the border around it with the little X's. I had most of it done. I had to go from about here across, and then at the top all the way across, and then down. And so that was a little over 100 stitches. I want to say it was like 140 or something like that. But actually, you know, from where I had stitched on it in the past, there was still, like, I just left the thread in it, so that was still in there. I thought that was neat. But I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe give it to a great-grandchild down the road. But anyway, it was fun to get it out and work on it. It kind of makes me want to finish it. So that is it for my stitching update for the week. I'm not going to really talk about plans or anything. You know, you'll see what I stitch on when I make my next video, and hopefully I'll be on camera. But that's it for now, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I appreciate your prayers for helping me feel better. I don't remember what I said last as far as the things going on with my cousin. Um, I know that they did charge the guy, Benjamin Beal, with, I think, second degree murder. And so they raised his bond to like 1.4 million. But evidently his family's wealthy. And so he may end up, you know, making bail and getting out before trial, which I hope to God he doesn't, because I really believe he's a threat to everybody. So, I mean, he's threatened to kidnap her daughters, and he's threatened other women that have now come out, you know, with their stories. And so, just be praying for that situation and her family for sure. It's just really sad, and it's just sad. So lift them up in prayer, and I'm thinking of all you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.